And, it's all hinked up, everything's messed up. So I said, "Can I search your car?" He goes, "Oh, yeah, you can search the car. As a matter of fact, look, the dog scratched the back." And yeah, I opened the trunk and I said, "Well, I want to search the whole car." He says, "Yeah, that's fine." So the first thing I do, I had learned something about dogs that when the car is traveling forward, the odor goes backwards. So if
Yeah.
the dog keeps hitting the back, I was like, "Well, I need to go to the front," right? I go pop the hood open, and as I pop the hood open, I look in the grill, and I can see the little m- foam that's over the metal bumper underneath the bumper shroud, that it's velcroed down. And I'm like, hmm. So I get underneath and I look up and I can see the weld marks where they had hollowed out the foam that goes in front of the bumper. They built a box in front of the metal bumper and then they cut the foam and they velcroed it on top to make it look like that it was part foam, but it wasn't. It was metal underneath. So I'm thinking, that's a pretty big compartment. It's probably weed or maybe coke. So I had ramps in my Crown Vic at the time. I had, those oil change ramps because we worked out in the middle of
Yeah.
BFE. I had to have all the equipment. I could drop a transmission on the side of the road if I needed to, right? So I put the ramps, I pulled the car up. Well, I pull them to the next gas station right there on Carthage. When you get on the loop, there's a gas station. I pull over 11, 12 o'clock at night. There ain't hardly anybody out. I call my partner. He's 20 miles up the road. And I said, "Hey, come down here." And I get my drill. And I'm like, "I'm fixing to see what's in it." So I crawl up underneath there. And right in my eyeball. And I went, "Ow, shit, that burns." And all of a sudden, I feel this heat like around my eyes. And I'm like, "What the?" And all of a sudden, I'm like, I start freaking shaking, right? My partner walks up and he goes, "Why the are you wigging out?" And I'm like, "Dude, I think I got shards of metal in my eyes." And he goes, "Let me see." And he pulls his hand like this. He's got gloves on. And he goes, "Is that?" And it was a shard of crystal meth that was stuck right here with all the water that was, the moisture that was coming out. And he goes, "What is that?" And I was like, "I don't know." Because back then, when you found meth, it was that dirty meth,
Yeah.
that brown, it wasn't crystal shards. So he goes down underneath the car and you can see shards this big just all over the ground because I didn't use a small drill bit. I used a drill bit that
Oh, shit.
big. So when I punched right into the package and I pulled out, it wasn't just what fell in my eyes. It was like an ounce of meth also fell on the ground. Well, I never paid attention to it. And he picks one up and he goes, "What the is that?" And about that time, this old trooper used to work over there. His name is Barry Washington. He was a black dude. He used to be on Real Stories of the Highway Patrol. Remember that show?
Yeah.
You remember that?